My name is Willie. I still remember that fateful Saturday morning when I was curled up in my blanket and the doorbell rang. Glancing at the front door camera, my heart skipped a beat. There stood Leo, looking haggard, his clothes wrinkled and his hair a mess, as if he hadn't slept in days. Willie opened the door. "It's me, Leo." His voice came through the intercom, a mix of pleading and desperation. I took a deep breath and replied in an even tone through the speaker system. "Sorry, you've got the wrong person. I don't know who you are." "Stop joking, Willie. I need to talk to you, please," Leo begged, his eyes staring straight into the camera. I maintained my indifferent tone. "You've got the wrong address. I'm not Willie, and I don't know you." Leo seemed confused. He looked around and pressed the doorbell again. "Don't do this. I've lost everything. Lily deceived me. I have nowhere else to go." I watched him through the screen, seeing how miserable he was. All that he once was proud of had crumbled. It all started 3 years ago. I met Leo at a party hosted by a mutual friend. I attended out of obligation, not wanting to decline the warm invitation. Leo was there because he had promised his friends. Neither of us felt at home in that noisy place, and perhaps our shared sense of detachment brought us together. At that time, Leo was a quiet yet thoughtful man. Our conversations began with simple topics like hobbies and childhood memories and gradually evolved into deeper discussions about the future. I thought I had found a sense of peace with him, a life partner to build a home with. We got married just a few weeks after meeting. Everything happened so fast, but I was in a beautiful dream, thinking Leo and I would write our own story. However, about a month after we moved in together, Leo started to change. He was no longer the gentle man I fell in love with. Long evenings waiting for him to come home became monotonous. One evening, he said firmly, "Willie, I want you to quit your job." I was stunned and asked, "What? Why?" He replied with a hint of insecurity, "At my company, all my colleagues' wives stay home. I don't want to be the odd one out." I couldn't believe my ears. We had once agreed that I would continue working towards our shared goals. But now, he wanted me to give up everything because of meaningless societal expectations. I asked for time to think, but he kept pressuring me. Every morning, his cold gaze followed me as I got ready for work. He even said I didn't love our family enough and was too selfish for focusing on my career. I felt cornered. My job was not only a source of income, but also where I found myself, worth, independence, and freedom. I turned to my manager, Ava, for advice. She had gone through an unhappy marriage, and her words gave me hope. "You don't have to give up what you love just to please someone else. If you don't stand your ground now, things will get worse," she said. I decided to find a temporary solution. I told Leo I'd reduce my work hours to part-time. In reality, I still kept my full-time job, taking on additional remote projects with Ava's help. For the first few weeks, things went smoothly. But then Leo started making more demands. He frequently invited colleagues and friends over on weekends, expecting me to host them perfectly. Things took a turn for the worse when I noticed strange signs. Leo's clothes had a sweet perfume smell that wasn't mine. He always laughed it off, saying it was from a female colleague. There were also late-night calls and messages. One night, when he fell asleep on the couch, his phone rang. The caller ID showed Lily, and a message popped up, "I miss you. When are you coming over?" I started to keep a close eye on his actions. Once, when he said he was going to a meeting with his boss, I called his office and found out he had taken the day off. I knew I needed evidence before confronting him. I tracked his late arrivals, saved the suspicious messages, and took pictures of the lipstick marks on his shirt. Finally, the truth couldn't be hidden. One evening, Leo came home, threw his jacket on the chair, and said, "You need to leave. I'll change the locks tomorrow." I was in shock. "What did you just say?" I asked. He coldly replied, "We're done. Pack your things. I don't want to see you here when I get back." I tried to stay calm and said, "It's because of her, isn't it? Lily." His face changed for a moment, but then he regained his composure. "Stop pretending you know everything. It's best if you go before things get more complicated." I knew our marriage was over. I started packing my things, not out of fear, but because I was ready for a new beginning. I prepared the divorce papers with all the evidence of his affair. The next morning, I sent them through my lawyer and left without a word. I moved into a small, airy apartment in the suburbs. I returned to full-time work, and Ava and my colleagues welcomed me back. Living independently gave me a sense of freedom I had never felt before. After Leo's visit, I heard more bad news about him. His workplace discovered the intimate photos of him and Lily on social media. Due to the company's strict ethical policies, he was asked to resign. Lily left him when she realized he had no money. He was evicted from his rented apartment and became a lost soul in the city. With the support of my lawyer, I got a settlement of up to $410,000 and an additional $22,000 from the shared assets he had hidden. I used this money to invest in myself, enrolling in skill development courses. Leo's mother, Grace, was in contact with me. She was disappointed in her son's actions. After learning about his affair, she transferred the ownership of the house to me. "You're the only one who can preserve it. Leo has to take responsibility for his own life," she said. "Now, I focus on living in the moment. I participate in community activities, make new friends, and travel to places I've always dreamed of. I've overcome the past and learned to love myself. I'm no longer the weak Willie. I'm the strong one who knows her worth and is ready for a better future."